we're going on an adventure to spot a Kiwi. One man's trash is another man's treasure. How cool are they? They're actually in jar. Kiriana is still answering 0800 skip to you. This is potentially the sign that I've been looking for. You know what I mean? Good to meet you. They do things differently and I love that. I'm Dan, this is Kiwi Skips and this is Trash Talk episode 41. Have you ever wondered what happens with waste on Stewart Island? So did we. So we're going to go take a trip over to Stewart Island and find out what happens. Also, this episode would have gone live last week, but something exciting happened. We bought a new truck. And I hope you've seen that video of the new truck. I'll put a link in the comments so you can check it out. Here we are, we're boarding a plane today to Stewart Island to go check that out. Wow, this is a pretty tiny plane. Just like that, short 20-minute flight, and we are here in Stewart Island. Here at the Rakiura Resource Recovery Centre, and it's pretty impressive. And behind me here, they've got the second-hand store where they reuse as many products as possible. There's their collection truck. So this is a truck they use to do their collection around the island. He's just telling me they do like business collections Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then they do the big household general waste pickup every Tuesday. So it's always happening, and it's very, very similar to what we do, just on a different scale. And here's one of the compactor bins that they actually own themselves. And I know because I built them for them when I was at South Engineering about 5 years ago. There's a few of those floating around, and I imagine there's a few of them sitting over in Invercargill as well, on the other side, waiting to get back on the ferry and come back over. So all the recycled materials, they're sorting into badge bags and compacting them with a wall press. They've got the products in here being separated. So we've got the different plastics, steel cans, plastic colours, milk bottles, which is all the grade 2 plastic, all washed out, de-lidded, clear plastics, aluminium cans. They've done a really, really good job at sorting those, which if you remember back from the Recycling South episode, Rosie would be very happy with these. And then soft plastics, which is great. And then the cardboard, all the cardboard comes back here, and very similar to the Kiwi Skips cardboard baler, they're baling it into little blocks. Here they are, and these are solid, tidy wee blocks. And they've got the weights on here. This one's 123 kilos, and it's nothing, it's tiny. So it is very, very small. So they're doing exceptionally well there. It's really impressive. And then, of course, like the compactor bin I just showed you that South Engineering built, this one here is also one I believe we built, yeah, a few years ago. And they get a hard life being out here on the salt water on this island. But this is the, this is how it works. So this is a compactor. So all the rubbish bags, it pushes up there. I think he said they get 300 rubbish bags in here, and it just keeps compacting them in. Cool, and then they swap it over with this big forklift here. The only struggle is that, well, that forklift's quite a large one. The forklift at the ferry terminal can only lift 2.5 tonnes, so they can only get 2.5 tonne worth of waste in these skips. Now, something really, really cool, in my opinion, happens with the glass bottles here, and I love this, and this just screams out Kiwi Island vibe. I don't know, it's something I love. But this is their glass crusher here, and if you see, this is the engine. It's like a front of like a old Datsun ute. So you crank that up, rev it up, get it up to 4th gear, get it really going. It's got the gear stick there, all the pedals, so you can actually, you know, use it properly, get it up to gear, and then you put all the glass bottles in through this hopper up here, and then it crushes the glass back to sand, and it comes out here, and you can actually see it down here. This is all crushed glass. This is a really, really, like I've talked about previously, probably actually not on Trash Talk, but glass is so high in silica content, so when you crush it down, it makes a really, really good bonding like product to put into concrete. It makes concrete really, really strong. So I think, well, we're doing our own experiments at Kiwi Skips. I'm actually building a glass crusher as we speak at the moment, made from an old grain crusher. So we're gonna, as soon as I get that close to the crank up, we'll definitely make an episode around that, because it's gonna be a weapon. And then just right in front of me, I'm seeing some old lawnmowers, bikes, kids' bikes, and a whole heap of scrap metal. We've got car batteries and gas bottles here, which is really, really good to see these products actually coming here to get recycled and properly disposed of. And normally, which I'm actually really disappointed this isn't the case, but normally there would be a black Kiwi skip in here, which we supply to these guys for getting rid of their scrap metal. So all this stuff here, mainly roofing iron and all these products would normally go in a Kiwi skip, which is obviously the way they described it over on the mainland as we speak, but it will be back on Tuesday, which I'll be back in Invercargill at that point, so I'll miss that. Really disappointed. I would have loved to see a skip from Kiwi Skips here on Stewart Island while I'm in Stewart Island. That would have been pretty cool. Here's their loader, which has a digging bucket on the back. That is so cool. Obviously, it's how you got to do things. Cool wee thing here. I've seen this done before, and where you use the old tyres and you can actually connect them all together and put them on the side of a hill, and it actually works as like an erosion prevention sort of system. So when I was just talking about the aluminium cans and steel cans and the different plastic that they put into the badge sacks, then it goes into that horizontal wall press that we showed inside, and they actually end up here like this, and they are solid, absolute tight packed. Like there's a bit of weight in there. And these are the bins that go out and they fill up once a week with glass bottles. So all this here will go through the glass crusher over there. So everything sort of has a system. You should always reuse and consider reusing. So one man's trash is another man's treasure. So let's go have a look around here. The old gas heater, fridge, some clothes. Oh. This is where if you ever get a chance, you should definitely go and have a look through, because you do find some absolute gems in these stores. Alright, we'll catch you later, Pink Panther. You know what I mean? Good to meet you. That is a quick wee tour of the Rakiura Resource Recovery Centre. I think I said that right. And I'm impressed. Like, I love the way these small towns do it, and small islands do it in this case. And really it's inspiring, because we are doing the exact same thing, but just on a bigger scale. So, which means we should have more opportunity to divert more, or make more of a change, or adapt more, or learn new ways to recycle products. It's Saturday morning in Oban, and it is absolutely beautiful here today. It's so peaceful. Another cool thing about why we are actually here is because these are actually this is the holiday. The tickets I won at the Star Rugby Club golf tournament. Finally utilising that. That was over a year ago, I think now. But we finally made it over, and so pleased I did. Yesterday I checked out the Stewart Island transfer station, and that was pretty cool. They do things differently, and I love that. Today we're going to go check out the museum. Go check out the cafe, the Snuggery. We've just stopped at the Snuggery for some takeaway coffees, and how cool are these? They're actually in a jar, because they don't do one-use, single-use cups, so they put it in a jar and you can bring it back later. I love that. It's a Snuggery, and that's how they do it in Stewart Island. There's actually Butterfield Beach, which we'll go around and check out that. Butterfield is actually my last name. I'm Dan Butterfield, and I want to know if Butterfield Beach has any tie back to my history. Check it out, it's a rubbish bin in the wild. Well, it's not actually completely wild, because it is Butterfield Beach. A beach that is completely named after us. The evidence looks like it needs a bit of a tidy up. Not to worry. If I can get round over there. Alright, I'm going to find a way over. This is either going to be awesome or really silly. Let me just test the sturdiness. Right. Oh, it was awesome. I just made it. But I am walking on Butterfield Beach on Stewart Island. I was told that if I can get just round there, so it obviously has to be on low tide, there's a cave just round there that has blue penguin. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get there today because it is high tide. Here we are, Butterfield Beach. And then tonight, I don't know, it does get bloody cold here at night, but tonight hopefully we can go find a kiwi and also some penguins, because I'm told just over there somewhere there's penguins, and you can also see blue penguins on Butterfield Beach, so we'll go check that out. And Invercargill was just over there. Just over there. So I think, don't quote me on that. We just hired these e-bikes and found this cool historic cottage. How beautiful is it out here? And this historic cottage has its own wee bay, and it's beautiful. And you can actually go in and check out the cottage. There's the e-bike, there's the Mackenzie suit. So his name was Lewis Acker, and he lived here with his wife Medi, and they had 9 children, and they lived in this cottage right here, right up until 1864 when the Crown purchased Stewart Island and he lost his land, so he was forced to move to Ototara near Invercargill. And he managed to fit his family with 9 children in this house by building bunk beds that were 5 bunk beds high. Hey, well, quickly point out, Kiriana is still answering 0800 skip to you. So if you've called 0800 skip to you this weekend, the person you're talking to is actually on Stewart Island, not sitting in an office somewhere. She's out adventuring. She's biking around Stewart Island and still stopping to answer your calls and take your skip and wheelie bin orders. So how good is that? Oh, there she goes. Oh, another one, back to back. So I hope you got busy this weekend, did your gardens, booked your green waste bin to be emptied, because Kiriana is still answering the calls, even though she's on Oban, Stewart Island. I guess this is just going to be an episode of looking at Butterfield Beach from a whole heap of different angles. What do you reckon? Kiriana's going for the true Butterfield Beach shot. Tourists. Look at her go. Alright, it's about 9 o'clock at night. It's a wee bit late, but I'm going to go see if I can spot a kiwi. Now I'm told the best way to see a kiwi is if you use one of these red lights. So my headlamp has a red light. So here we go. We're going on an adventure to spot a kiwi. Apparently in Stewart Island they just roam around everywhere, and even till about midday. So if all fails tonight, we'll have another look in the morning. Must admit, it's pretty sketchy going on a bushwalk somewhere you've never been before in the middle of the night. So I've just got to the area everyone's recommended. It's like a big empty field right opposite the police station. And I'm being quiet because obviously I still want to see a kiwi. I can't see anything around at this stage. How seriously cool is it that they have to put these signs around the road to warn drivers that there could potentially be kiwis around? This is potentially the sign that I've been looking for, because this tells me I am close to spotting a kiwi in the wild. Now this is me giving up my kiwi hunt for the night. Well, our kiwi search was unsuccessful, but we genuinely loved our time in Stewart Island, and what amazing things they're doing with their recycling over there. Like, so inspiring. That's all for Trash Talk episode 41. Make sure you check in with us next week. We're going to be doing some hard mahi in this truck right here. And also, check out the launch video in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next week.